he was just like, oh, I feel like shit. I didn't mean it. Like it was an apology without being an apology. And he was like, I'm gonna go in the vent server if you need me. And I'm like, oh. I went into the admin chat and I was talking to my friend Akami and I was like,
why am I feeling bad for this person who just called me a lesbian?
That's not too far. I was like, why do I feel bad? And they're like, there's no reason for you to feel bad. He was the one being a dick.
Should I give you a reason to feel bad?
No. Why would you want to?
I don't know. You destroyed my segue. I wanted to be like, hey, here's a reason to feel bad. Welcome to the AWKWARDCast! A&Y and Keyframe wonder about random dribble.
Hi.
Bad segue, though.
Today our guest is Denim Ninja. Hi, Denim.
Denim, for people who do not pay attention to the chat of previous shows or in general saw the name pop up there but wonder, who are you, what do you do, and why should people care?
Well, mostly I'm just an internet lurker who also happens to be a mod in both this channel and over on the Discord. Plug. Other than that, don't worry about it. Ignore the ninja in the corner. You don't need to care about that.
We can't really ignore you if you're the guest.
Yeah, you probably should have thought.
Should have thought of that before. Way to use English. Anyways, I bet you have some life highlights as the person who had to travel recently. So, expunge.
I did have a couple of interesting moments on the airplane this time.
Okay, go on ahead.
Well, I can just briefly go over some of a couple of the movies I watched, because I have one that I want to go into for my actual media one, so I'll save that one. But basically, the first movie I watched was one that I will talk about later. And then after that, I needed a remedy, and I watched some lovely Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it's a good movie. You'll understand why I watched that later. But then after 2 movies in a row on the plane, I decided I needed to use the bathroom. I couldn't hold it anymore. It was time to get up. And I look over. There's one other person in my row. I'm in the window seat. And the other person in my row is fast asleep.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
In their chair going... Not actually snoring, but, for emphasis, it was that kind of blah expression. I'm like, okay, how do I get over this guy? I'll do the polite thing. I stood up, shook his shoulder gently. Nothing.
Did he die?
He may as well. I kind of glanced around. He was acquainted with one of the people behind us, so I was like...
Did you do the mirror test? Hold a mirror in front of the face to see if there's
I
breath.
didn't bother. I kind of glanced in the seat behind us because he was acquainted with the person back there, but that person was just like not paying attention, trying to sleep too. Like everyone at this point on the plane was asleep in our part of the plane. Lights were dark. No one was looking. No one was paying attention. So I'm like, okay, no one that can like get help to try to wake me up. Whatever. I'll shake his shoulder again. No, nothing.
And then you pushed him out of his seat. He's on the floor.
No. I was like, okay, time to assess the setup of the chairs. He's not using his armrests right now. Okay, I can do how much the distance is there? Okay.
Did you climb over him?
I think I can make this, okay. But I'm gonna give it one more try first. And this time I actually like shook him a little bit more forcefully. Just like, okay, your last chance. No. Still just dead to the world. So stood up on the seat with one leg, hoisted myself lightly, lifted my long leg onto his armrest on the other side of him, whoop, jumped over him and landed in the aisle. And no one was awake to witness this.
Of course.
I turned around and he was still fast asleep, hadn't noticed a thing. So I skidded down to the bathroom, used that. As soon as the door was locked, I started cracking up just at the whole situation of what I had to do just to get into the bathroom. But then the best part, when I came back, he started to move a little bit. It's like, oh, he might be awake. Maybe I don't have to jump back over him because that's going to be harder. So I sort of shook him on the shoulder. This time he was like, huh? I'm like, can I get through, please? And he's just like, how did you? I'm like, you didn't wake up. Don't worry about it. just completely confused how I ended up on the other side of him without him ever noticing.
Ninja.
So that, for me, was one of the most memorable moments on the plane of that 9-hour plane ride.
I mean, at least it wasn't any bad anecdotes, though, like crying babies or...
Nah.
Having to run from one end of the airport to the other.
Nah, the layover was pretty smooth. I dropped my boarding pass, but it was easy enough to get it printed out again. There was a little bit of a delay. In Denver, it was really raining, snowing, very cold the day before, and there was still tons of snow all over, so they had to delay it 30 minutes while they de-iced the plane before we could actually take off. And
Oh, that's fun.
Did they do it like they did it in Chicago? Because I saw pictures of in Chicago where they needed to de-ice the railroad, so they set them on fire.
I don't think they set it on fire. I think I would have noticed that.
I don't think putting fire near a thing that has gallons upon gallons of jet fuel is a good idea.
No.
No, I'm not an engineer. It could work.
Okay, maybe the fact that you're not an engineer is further proof that that's not a good idea.
Also, Enigma, no, I still like window seats. I don't care. I get to stare out the window. I can lean against them when I want to sleep.
Window seats are the
Still
best
prefer window
seats.
Also, if you don't have the window seat, you are the person who gets woken up if the guy on the window seat needs to go pee.
Yep. That's why window seats are the fucking best. Now, if you can only get a window seat in the front of the plane, then that's just the best day ever.
Yeah, except it was one of those big planes, so well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On a domestic flight, you can, but...
Yeah, on a domestic flight, yeah, but international,
That's
window seat on the front of the plane is fucking first class. And unless I'm traveling to fucking Australia, no, I'm not paying $3,000 for a plane seat, fam. No.
Instead, I was near the back of the plane, but there was no person in the middle seat, so we both had plenty of legroom.
Well, that's good.
I remember my first flight over to America back in 2016. So the first one I can remember, not the stuff in 2001 or so. No, I had an entire lane for myself, like also in the back and all for myself. And I was like, hey, this is cool. I want to have this now every time. I never had it again.
I had it once.
Everybody...
First time I had an international flight, had the entire row to myself, and the row across from me, no one was there, so I just took all the pillows and blankets from that row. So that was great. Never happened again. I've been cursed because I keep getting fucking middle seats.
Everybody has it exactly once in their life, and then never again.
On that flight, most of the people around me were the only person in that row. So everyone around me was not just asleep, but splaying across all the seats. It was
those lucky bastards.
Our row was one of the few ones that had 2 people.
Lucky bastards.
Yeah, just take solace in the thought that all of those people will never have it again. They all wasted it together on one flight.
Like Spider-Man says, everyone gets one.
Exactly. When did he say this?
Family Guy.
Oh, yeah.
We're quoting Spider-Man from Family Guy?
It's the one funny Family Guy joke that stays funny as it gets older.
Oh, okay. But yeah, anything else going on in your life, Denim?
Well,
or any stuff you want to share, anecdotes, whatever.
I'm here.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, so far.
Fun adventures. There was our adventure getting back from buying groceries.
Oh yeah, this was actually more adventurous than it had any right to be.
How much of it do you want to share? Well, we decided to try to make our own ramen, from scratch, based on the stuff that they did on Solar Food.
That's not a good idea.
No.
But we spent a lot of time running around the grocery store looking for the specific ingredients.
That's the part that's not fun.
Yeah, because I had to explain to him what chicken stock is.
Here's
you
the
don't
thing.
know what chicken
I mean, there's a translation thing that goes on.
Here's the thing. First of all, here's a picture of ramen. And where are you guys? I want to share it.
Oh.
Oh.
The one that you took a picture of. On
Ew! Why the fuck did you put mushrooms in it?
Those are shiitake.
Yeah, it's shiitake.
It was part of the recipe, and then we had extras.
Yeah, you want to make death?
What? No, but
I can't eat mushrooms, so automatically I'm gonna find mushrooms disgusting.
Fair point. I give you that. No, but here's the thing. Chicken stock, literally, and I checked it with a dictionary, translates to both the liquid stuff in a jar and the powder you turn into. Yeah, exactly. It translates to both. So I was standing in front of her like, this powder?
Like, no, it's a fresh one, not a powder one.
But I checked it.
No! It's different from a broth, which is what the other thing you kept translating to.
But they both translate to the same thing.
But stock is different from a broth. Broth has more flavor. Stock is the base. You uneducated plebeian of the culinary world.
I'm actually...
If it translates to both things, though...
Yeah.
But
But
I knew that in theory there is a difference between the two things, so... I know that you can have it liquid and and super fresh, like make it right out of the bones, and then the liquid to buy.
But yeah, so that was just the one segment, was just running around the grocery store trying to find the different specific ingredients for a Japanese-based dish. So I finally found the noodles after looking back, and then finally blah, blah, blah. So then coming back on the train, I hadn't noticed. At some point, I misplaced my train ticket.
And it was a week pass.
For those who are not aware of the Berlin train system, you don't have to, check your ticket before you get on the train. It's just sort of an honor system that you're expected to have it when you go on. But there are random, cops that will appear on trains sometimes to check to see if you actually have your ticket. So, of course, the one time I misplaced my ticket, guess what happened? The cops came around checking. And I didn't have one. And they pulled us off at the next stop. And I had to give them my ID and got it ticketed for it. And I'm so glad I had this guy to translate for me.
And really, wow, to get an idea what kind of dicks those guys are. They are they are friendly and everything, but no, come please, and they are polite and everything, but they are also, first of all, only more bulky guys get hired for this apparently, because probably every one of those three could work as a bouncer as well. Yeah, they took us off the train. I showed them my month ticket, and I was like, "Yeah, we bought it this morning, and couldn't we just?"
Bought it the day before. But
but either way, we had just bought it, and here's my month ticket. She's with it. Hey, how about this, guys? We go over to the machine, and I pull the new one right away because we need it. We just wasn't there like,
no,
losing. We totally understand. Losing is most people really just lost it. And he was sincere. He was not like, most people say they lose it. No, he was like, oh yeah, that's actually true. Most people use it, but yeah, I still have to take the ID information. Okay. And here is your bill over 60 euros.
Oof. Big oof.
And of course, since the ID I had with me was my Colorado driver's license, we had to still help him figure out which items were what. I'm like, no, this is
why I always carry my passport.
My hometown, if it's bigger.
And then he turned and he was to me because he saw that the Denim was not really happy with the situation, and he was like, oh yeah, I really hope she doesn't have a bad impression from us Germans now. Fuck you! You could have just been a little bit more noble about him, be like, more chivalrous, and be like, okay, I see this guy has his month's ticket, so he's not a going routine black driver. She is obviously foreign, and I actually pretend to believe their story about the lost ticket. But nope, $60.
I love that the one.
I
love that one time though. I forgot my ticket. I got off the train, and that was when the moment I saw the cop go onto the train after me, and I'm like, I don't get lucky. I don't get luck in America. I sure get luckier.
But I'm
We
not
weren't
sure.
done with this trip back home yet,
Oh,
though, was the thing,
yes.
also.
The
We had to
next-
make one more
Uh-huh.
stop. There was one ingredient we could not find at the regular grocery store.
Miso.
Miso paste.
But don't you guys have like an Asian store that you get your peanut butter from?
We
Yeah.
stopped at, there was
Too-
one I'd
too
seen
late.
at Alexanderplatz.
First of all, it
before.
was already too late.
Yeah.
This one would have already closed, and we wanted to get one that's more en route. But yeah,
So yeah, we had to make one more stop for this other Asian market that we knew a lot on the way home. So we get there. After dealing with all this, they gave us, permission, a thing to get us to the next stop, and then we bought a new ticket. That was fine. And then as we're coming up the stairs, people are coming down. Are like, oh, covered in rain. We get up the stairs, and it is
no.
pouring rain. It was not raining when we left the store.
one ingredient: getting across the street. This was the mission.
We ran into the mall, the Alexa, and cut through there. We're like, okay, we're make a run for it.
And one of us had a hoodie.
I did.
And one of you didn't.
And we
The
were
one
both
with
had-
less hair.
And we both had backpacks
Oh,
full of
come
groceries
on.
with cardboard boxes.
What? It's true.
Yeah, look
It's
at
true,
look.
but you shouldn't say it.
Well, look at how long this hair is. Your hair's not this long.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
just a straight up
continue.
But yeah.
Continue
So we
the
made it to the
story.
mall, go through it. It's not a very big mall. Just go through it, find the exit that was nearest to where we had to go. And as soon as we get out the door, no rain. It had completely stopped already.
I was soaked, glasses full of water, and within
My
Jeans are soaking wet. My
Inspiring.
jacket is soaked.
within 3
Life was
minutes.
conspiring against you for wanting to make ramen.
It's like all we needed was one thing. One thing.
It was within 3 minutes from pouring down and stormy winds over the street, blowing the rain horizontally to nothing.
I can't laugh at that.
I
Because no,
I
I
burst
can't
out
laugh at
laughing.
I can't laugh at that as laughing at your pain because I know the exact same pain when we went to Universal and it was raining and the entire bottoms of my jeans were just soaked, so I had to stick my feet in the tub for 2 hours to be finally regain feeling in my nerve endings.
No, it didn't even get that bad on my end, but she can confirm when we walked out there and it stopped raining, I was
So
just
sad.
laughing. I was halfway.
We were both laughing.
Yeah, I was laughing and also cursing like a sailor.
Also,
So
fuck you, universe. And I'm just like, of
Basically.
course it is. Of course.
What an adventure.
Yeah,
What an
the rest of the
adventure.
trip back, we found the miso paste and then made it back after that fine. But it was
Yeah.
still, we were just like, of course.
And then you got your ramen as a reward.
indeed. Even though this was today, but even people keep making fun of it on Twitter.
Or in the chat, Enigma.
What
Why are
did
they
you
No,
say?
it's Odie. Sorry, sorry, Enigma.
Why are they
Odie.
making fun of it? What's wrong with it?
Let's see. I feel I'd be disappointed burning my mouth on that ramen,
Wow.
says Odie.
Well,
To your
he burns his mouth on everything.
Oh, wait,
Oh, that's
Enigma
true.
did also insult it, actually. Oh.
What's wrong with it?
It was delicious, I'll have you both know.
If it's
regardless of your
delicious, then you
presentation.
succeeded.
It could have been more, actually. We have been too cheap on the noodles.
Yeah, we needed more noodles, maybe a little more
but
sauce.
if it tastes good, it's a success.
Yes. And for anybody who wants to go there as well, I put the video to Sorted Food, which actually inspired me and made me like, I want to cook this. I put the video in the description. We made the middle one, the 30-minute ramen.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the great adventure of the ramen. Anything else you want to share? Anything?
Well, I feel like that's pretty much
If not-
been most
okay,
adventures
fair.
recently.
Fair.
So we can move on to the next segment.
Yeah, which would be the media.
Did
Did So you did
Yeah.
not tell me which is your media, actually.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
Let's see if it creates any conflict with anything else we have.
If it makes you feel better, it's not Shriftla's video on Voltron,
No.
nor did I go to the cinema to see Lego Movie 2, so no fucking spoilers. At all. I am not taking off my headphones. I refuse to give you any slack. No spoilers. Because Lego Movie 2 is one of the few movies this year I'm hyped for besides that fucking Will Smith Bird movie.
Oh yeah, Will Smith Bird movie is excellent. Even though I know nothing about it.
You don't need to know anything about it. It's Will Smith as a pigeon turned into a pigeon by Spider-Man. What else do you need to know?
But yeah, I saw you start posting about her.
Yes, I love her.
And I watched the Little Mermaid Umbridge crossover, and it is far too fitting. Oh my god, it is fitting. But yeah, your medium, tell us about her.
Okay, Whitney Avalon. I have only recently found her, but she's been popular for quite a while. Apparently, her first claim to fame was rap battles between princesses. So, like, I think she did, like, Snow White versus Elsa. Yeah, well, that's the karaoke version. The actual, oh my god, yeah, there it is, 186 million views from 4 years ago. Oof. But yeah, so that was her first claim to fame. But the thing she's doing more recently that is what I absolutely love is that she will take songs from other movies and implement them into other movies. So like Poor Unfortunate Souls, but with Harry Potter, or I'll Make a Man Out of You with Beauty and the Beast. But it's interesting because she gets the music orchestrated like how the music from the movie that she's putting it in is orchestrated. So like if you ever want to know what I'll Make a Man Out of You sounds like if it was in Beauty and the Beast, then now you know. But this one is one of the best ones.
But here you hear the typical Harry Potter ding-a-ling bells.
Yeah,
but my obviously But
my other favorite is one she did recently where she did This one's okay, but I don't like Beauty and the Beast music, so it's like, you know. But no, my favorite one that she did recently was Friend Like Me with Mary Poppins, which I would argue fits so much better than it scarily fits it, even more than the Umbridge with Poor Unfortunate Souls. And I don't know, maybe I have a bias because I saw Mary Poppins 2 last month, 2 months ago. Can't believe it's February.
But even from the basic idea, yeah, of course, Mary Poppins, Friend Like Me works. She's a magical creature at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it's so much fun. She does some original songs too, and then she also does just songs based off shows. My favorite ones from that is she did a song from Beth from Rick and Morty, which I listen to almost every day now.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's shot like a POV from Rick's point of view, so out of all of them, it's her most visually ambitious video.
Oh yeah, I can already tell.
And the thing is, her singing voice sounds exactly like Beth's speaking voice, and it's fucking scary. So everything about it just fits too well, and she looks like she fits the part of Beth, even with the face and everything.
That's actually true.
Yeah, so this is probably her best video, and it's a fun video. There's Rick and Morty Easter eggs everywhere, and given the fact that they said that there's infinite universes, there could be a universe where they do musical numbers. So I fully believe that I fully will make this my reality, that this is just one of the infinite universes. But yeah, I really recommend that if you like good like music content and musical content on YouTube, this is someone that does really. I think it's a very creative idea. I think it's a very creative idea to take music from another thing and put it in another thing and be like, what would happen if this was from this? And that takes a lot of imagination to do, and it's a type of imagination I definitely don't have, so I will live vicariously through Whitney.
Well, not the first time on this show, but hey, live subscription due to recommendation.
Hooray!
Hooray!
I did pause it, or else we're just gonna listen to the whole song.
Yes.
It is catchy though. It gets stuck in your head. So
stuck in your head. Not saying anything. I'm not allowed to spoil.
But anyway, that was my media. Very short, but it's good.
Fair. Should we move on to yours, since it was already part of your week? Sure.
I can reveal the first movie I watched on the plane.
Oh,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I've heard mixed things about this.
I enjoyed it overall. Like I did sort of look at reviews to see what people didn't like about it. I can see like what I saw was that they didn't like that it wasn't quite original enough. But I guess for me, from my perspective, is I grew up listening to Queen. Like, I was born in the mid-'80s, so I was alive when they were still performing, but I was not really aware of any of it.
You were a kid at that point.
Yeah, I was a very tiny child. I just knew that it was one of the bands my parents liked to play, and I really liked the songs, and my brother liked the songs, and it was one of the, pretty much the only bands that everyone in my family enjoyed. So I had a lot of attachment, a lot of, good memories and emotional attachment to a lot of the songs. So I got to be like, oh, I can finally see, like, some of the inspiration and whatever, everything that happened. I knew, like, sort of things with Freddie Mercury, but I never, like, really looked into his past before, or, like, his history and everything he did. So it was sort of enlightening with that way, too. I never
the guy who played him did a great job.
Oh, yeah, he was amazing. He was in the beginning of the movie, he's a little, like, hasn't quite found the character yet, I guess you could say. But then, like, when he gets onto the stage performances and stuff like that, it's just, he becomes Freddie Mercury. It's pretty cool.
I mean, a lot of people have theorized that his performance alone is the only reason this picture's nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars.
And then, like, I loved all the music. I love seeing the stories of it and the development. And I've heard some of the things, like, characterizing, oh, it portrayed this in a bad way. Oh, it was, like, negative line. I was like, I don't think so. At least from my point of view, it seemed like the whole gay thing was more presented as, like, in more human sort of way. Like, they sort of emphasized it, like, it was, some people have argued that it's, like, portrayed as being negative and him getting drawn in and all that. And it's like, no, I kind of agree with another review I said that saw it's like, they just couldn't, it's a PG-13 movie, so they couldn't fully expand on some of his hedonistic tendencies.
You couldn't show him getting the AIDS. Like, let's just put it like that.
And say that things happened and all that.
Yeah, but it's still just the thing. Also,
spoilers: Freddie Mercury died of AIDS.
It's a movie about his entire life.
Whoa,
spoiled. I mean, actually, what Odie's referencing, I saw this too. That somebody actually complained, like, yeah, he died at the end. It's stupid. It should have ended.
It's the kill your gays trope. Oh no.
Yeah, and it's like, it's about a real person, and he really died.
It really happened. This is the real life. It's not just fantasy.
Yeah, is this the real life?
Oh, that's where I was going.
But I mean, how do you not know that he died of AIDS? This is a biopic.
I have a bit of a tangent on that. As a young child, my parents did tell me that he died. But what I remember being told as a young, very small child was that he had killed himself. And that was my first confrontation with suicide as a young child, and it caused a huge existential crisis in my life. And then later on, as a young adult, my parents said, no, he died of AIDS. We never told you he died. I'm like, this was a huge part of my development, was coping with this. And then who did you tell me about that killed themselves? That caused this existential crisis for me.
Did you confuse him with Kurt Cobain? Like, what the fuck happened?
Oh, I was older than that. Thank you.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out how you.
I specifically remember being told he killed himself because he thought he wouldn't be remembered. And that was my whole like existential crisis
shit right there, buddy. Like,
right? This is my own personal Mandela effect.
But
it's not better. No, but like it's. So that discovery was a huge, mind-blowing experience for me when I first heard that. But I knew about that before this movie, at least.
Good.
This movie's also
very good.
Oh no! Here comes the scene where he kills himself. Wait, he still came. That's weird.
So without going into spoilers, though, one of the things that this movie for me reflects my own strange emotional wiring, or maybe it just was more personal for me, because. When I watched Coco, I'm the type of person that doesn't really cry easily at most movies. When I watched Coco, I didn't tear up at the scene that makes everyone cry.
What about Inside Out?
My eyes nope, not that one either. My eyes maybe got a little bit moist. I felt the emotion, but it was...
Take her to the moon for me.
Yeah, it just didn't tear the cat in
Heartless
cause the
monster.
waterworks. But in this movie... They changed the chronology a little bit to him discovering he has AIDS before he actually did it in real life, but they did that for, like, narrative purposes for the movie experience. And the two of the people that were in it, Queen, like helped make this movie, so they helped make that decision. So, but there's a scene with him telling the other bandmates that he has AIDS, and I just lost it. I just started bawling in my plane seat in the dark with everyone around me asleep, and I'm just like trying to be quiet, not wake up, just like and it's just floodgates, and I'm just like And then there's this concert scene, and this one song that I remember particularly from my childhood that doesn't get played as often as other songs, Radio Gaga, and I'm just like again. And then during the credits, they play "The Show Must Go On," and I'm just like,
Is this why you watched Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I
heal
needed some
yourself?
mindless action.
Was
Something
Ant-Man
I
and the
wouldn't-
Wasp your box of
It
tissues?
was something I wouldn't be as emotionally invested in. That would just be more of a cleanser.
Thank you, Ant-Man. You made me not feel.
Thank you, Michael Pena, for cheering me up.
What? I just watched Freddie Mercury die for 1.5 hours. What I need now is a giant ass ant playing a toy drum set.
If people want something even more depressing, look up the last Queen music video. Freddie looks like a walking corpse, and it's sad. There you go. There's my contribution to that.
And it's real, because he was a real person.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if you want something even sadder than Malik dying of AIDS, watch the actual Freddie Mercury dying of AIDS and trying to not look like he's dying of AIDS.
Well, I guess this is a little bit of a spoiler movie, not really. They don't show him dying in the movie. It ends with, in 1991, he passed away. Like, it's a text thing after the...
Well, I mean, that's respectful.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, go watch the last music video from Queen where he's dying.
Do you know which one it is? I mean, I can put it in the...
Hold on, let me get it. Last music video. That's the top result on YouTube if you look up last music video. It's last music video of Freddie Mercury and last music video of Queen.
Okay, I put the
That's
link
scary.
in the description down below. Watch at your own discretion. Yeah, but I guess this was your... Any last words about who should watch it, who should skip it?
If you're a Queen fan at all, I definitely recommend it. If you're ambivalent to Queen and everything, and you're like, well, but the critics said, maybe watch it anyway just to give it a try, at least to see Rami Malek's excellent portrayal of him. Because those parts are definitely fun. Like, I will warn, there's a little bit of a scene that, like, there's a character that, at the climax of that, like, subsection of story, starts giving words of, like, clearly the words of a manipulator, so you can be like, oh, this guy really was a jerk. Oh.
This guy's a bad man.
But
And that's what, to me, what makes the way people are criticizing the negativity of the gay thing portrayed as, no, it was mostly this manipulator that's being portrayed as being the bad influence. He got mixed in with the wrong crowd, and then he finds a palate cleanser, much better person.
But I guess who probably should not watch this movie is people who do not want to be reminded that humans die at the end of their life, even gay people. So if you're one of them, maybe don't watch it.
Don't watch that. Yeah, don't watch that. Don't watch Disney movies. Don't watch Sesame Street. Like, just don't.
If you want to pretend that AIDS is fake, I'm sure there's people out there that insist that.
Probably.
Since there's people that insist
Watch
something else.
anything before 1980.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But yeah, if you're one of those people, you might still enjoy this movie. So yeah, this was actually I probably could have brought this also in part of what happened this week. Finding a cinema playing this was a tricky thing because my go-to OV movie streaming cinema.
They're doing Berlin Day, aren't they?
Berlinale is going on, which is like literally. I mean, they did a red carpet event for Lego Movie 2 last week. Literally, I mean, I tweeted about it, like, oh, look at this, red carpet for Lego Movie. This week is officially week 1 for the movie. It has one screening next Wednesday at 2 p.m. The entire week, nothing gets streamed because Berlinale is getting this the entire cinema for itself. It's like, until next Wednesday, nothing, not even the blockbusters in their first week get streamed at all. Like, so we had to go to this beautiful Cineplex in the best part of town in
Oh,
Neukölln.
is this the same place we went to go see Black Panther?
Yeah, but we were there during the day, so...
Oh, you didn't get the full experience
Yeah.
then.
But I was still able to show Denim the gate to Yuri's old place, where Yuri once witnessed somebody getting stabbed. And he was like, yeah, I need to move away from here.
I mean, in modern times, there's a door there where the glass panel was broken.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's a good sign, right?
But yeah, Lego Movie 2, the spoiler edition, just because Keyframe asked for it. No, I have the feeling I'm getting things thrown at me in a moment. I mean, first of all, great movie. I mean, except for Ninjago, all the Lego movies so far have been pretty dope. So, not a big surprise. I haven't checked if it's actually by the same people. I assume so.
It is.
It is, okay. However, one thing I was not sure, and you probably know this, Keyframe, the soundtrack this time around is not by Lonely Island, is it?
I don't think so, no.
Because I was confused if it was, because with some songs they captured very much the tongue-in-cheek, meta humor approach that Lonely Island did so fantastically with Everything is Awesome. I mean, even during the credits, they have a song describing the credits.
Everything is, all the song lyrics in this movie are very literal.
Yes, it's...
No, yeah, they didn't get Lonely Island. They actually got the lead singer of Devo to do the music for this movie.
Okay.
Ah, that makes more sense.
Some people would say that's an upgrade.
But yeah, it still had the spirit of catchy songs, like a song that literally was, this song is going to be stuck in your head. Once again, during the credits, they had a song about the credits. And it was also the catchy pop music, so they have the tongue-in-cheekness nailed down there. Generally, it's hard to say to compare it because we have the usual issue of catching lightning twice, no, catching lightning in a bottle, whatever. They pretty much continued with the idea and the theme of the first one. I mean, the first scene of this movie, a spoiler, I guess, is literally the last scene from the first movie. So it connects very directly
with the Duplo blocks or whatever.
With the Duplo blocks, the tapping, and then they do a little bit of a time skip to get to the scenes from the trailer. But yeah, it literally is a direct continuation without any noteworthy gaps, and they continue the entire idea. I mean, that we have those two layers. We have the layer with the Legos themselves and having their perspective on things, and then we have the meta layer, which in the first movie was the man upstairs and stuff like this. It tried to how to put it without spoiling. So, but the thing is, because they use a very similar theme for this, like the continuation of the same idea. It's hard to say, like, is it inferior, is it superior, is it a rip-off or something? But it still works in and of itself. It still tells its own story. It has at the end of the day also its own moral to it, or its own, like, what to take away from it. I would say that the human world scenes have been a little bit more, I don't know, I couldn't really buy too much. I mean, they were very, very sparse in the first one, and the acting was not, it felt, with Will Ferrell, like, talking to his son already, was a little bit like, okay, but it was very sparse. And here we have a few more scenes with human actors. It was like,
Will Ferrell was in it less, though, than the first
no,
one.
Will Ferrell was barely. You heard him shout 2 times from behind the scenes, but no, but they had human scenes, and this time around it was like, I see it, but it doesn't feel realistic to me. But they were sparse enough so that it did not distract from the entire thing. We got a little bit of switch out of the cast. I mean, from the old cast, basically the ones you currently see in the poster are there. The other ones are simply, I mean, they needed to make room for new characters. So if your personal best favorite of them all was bad cop, good cop, he's not really in it. So, for example. Yeah, but we got a bunch of new characters I can't talk about. The only thing that I can probably talk about on a meta level without naming any details is the fact that in the first movie you have this kind of ambiguous approach, like, are the Lego adventures, the adventures the Lego figures have, are they all just the fantasy of the kid? Or is this actually happening? Because we have this one scene in which the Emmett Lego in the first movie moves, like actually moves, and in the second movie they take it in a few directions, a few steps further, and it's like from being ambiguous about the Lego world being actually just the fantasy of the kid becoming real. It's here now. Wait, this very important plot point that just got revealed to us. Did this really happen? Did just what?
So it's kind of, so they're pushing it further, like it's a sausage party kind of lore where humans only see them as what they are, but they are actually existing in some other plane of existence.
We don't know.
Yeah, it's like they don't push for an actual explanation there, but a big plot point, and when you watch it or when you have seen it, you probably know what I'm referring to, but there is a rather big plot point that gets revealed that implies that yeah, all those Lego adventures are are actually happening in their own parallel universe. It's like, watch it. If you watch it, you will probably guess. Wait, I can give an advice for people who have seen it. No, I can probably not give this advice. Anyways, yes, I can give this advice. The Fist. The creation of the Fist. The creation of the Fist. It's going by what's explained. It was actually happening. Like, anyways, so much about this. Where are we time-wise?
I mean, stylistically, I liked that they got more. The more meta the scenes got, the more the style of the stop motion changed.
That sounds like something that I will really enjoy. Look, the other reason I said absolutely no spoilers, the movie is 2 days old. Like,
it's true.
Let us explain to you in detail everything that happened.
Like, just saying, my dude, at least other times that we've talked about movies with spoilers, it's at least been like a week old.
About the relationship of Emmett and Lucy. No, I'm not going there. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think we've been here long enough, so it's time for the part of the show where we get creative. Question time, which I'm disappointed. Enigma didn't ask anything.
Oh, boy.
We actually got very few questions, so maybe it's good that your media was long as hell.
Oh, fuck you.
What? What? In comparison to Bohemian Rhapsody and Whitney Avalon, you were the longest. I'm only stating facts.
It's true.
Anyways.
But you shouldn't say it.
That meme can't last forever. Anyways, Odie asks, there comes a moment in life where you get tired to no end and want the world to stop for a couple days. Anyways, what do y'all see in this image? And puts an ink blot.
Well, let's Rorschach it up. Also, chat, of course, this goes for you as well, please.
So
people in the chat and in the comments, what do you guys see?
So our guest, what do you see first?
Two lawn gnomes high-fiving.
Huh.
This is in part a Fallout influence, because it's very similar to a Rorschach that appears at the beginning of Fallout New Vegas.
For all we know, it could be the one from New Vegas.
It might be, because it does strongly resemble. But there's a fandom joke where someone actually made a mod for the game to make one of the options you can save what that Rorschach looks like as saying it's two bears high-fiving. Ah, Odie. You're my Fallout New Vegas bro.
Is it?
Yep. But this one actually has color with the red in it, so that's what made me think lawn gnomes instead of bears.
But but it's a Rorschach test, so for once we have an infinite amount of possible answers. So
Okay, what do you see?
I actually, after I tried to wipe away the high-fiving image because we already had this answer. No, what I actually discovered, what it obviously is because you guys are all wrong, it's a fighter jet. And the little red at the bottom is actually the burst out flame. It's a white fighter
yes!
jet. Yes. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the blackness is probably just the background
Like
for
the
it to
sky.
set up. But I'm not entirely sure what the red in front is. So maybe it's one of those shooters, those sci-fi shooters, and they have those hovering super cannons with them. Something like
it's
that.
the rocket from Galaga.
Yeah, something like this. Or it is two penises. Anyways, what do you see?
Okay, you went fighter jet then Freudian there, buddy.
No,
But
the red things. Look at the red things on top. My
they
fighter
look
jet
like
is still there.
they look
but-
like hands doing this.
Oh yeah. But
Or
yeah,
thumbs up. But no, what I see, I see two anteaters standing on their hind legs,
Mhm.
and they're taking their little weird trunk nose thingies and kissing.
Oh, they do. There's even
And
a little
then-
bit of spit between their lips. They
then-
just did the cruel intentions kiss, and then are all pulling apart with spit. But yeah, and
Yeah, and then the red things are thumbs up from the Sky Lord being like, good for you two. Have a good life together. Everyone deserves this. And then the bottom is like a little red butterfly that the one on that they probably gave to each other to be like, here, this is a sign of my affection, and that's why they're kissing, because material possessions is the sign of love. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. And obviously the magnifying glass is we are looking too deep into this. It's a blot of ink.
It just sees where your psyche is.
Why is my
but
psyche a
apparently-
fighter jet?
Why is my psyche anteaters?
Why does my psyche fall out?
Okay,
Because
this one I can answer.
That one's an obvious answer, man. I think the fighter jet and anteaters are the more concerning ones. But anyway, thank you for the question, Odie. Send us your ink blots with hashtag AskAwkward on Twitter.
This is
and
not
then
an official
from-
thing.
What? I actually don't mind this if we have a running thing of ink blots. Ask Awkward from Meme Making Shit Posting Wolf. I'm never saying your real name again. That name is perfect. How well is everyone's astronomy knowledge? Mine is garbage. Fuck, marry, kill. Saturn, the moon, Uranus. Random Neil Armstrong quote. Okay, so you get the second biggest planet in the solar system, the one with the axis that is not correct, and the moon.
I can see what
So-
you're Googling, you know.
Yes,
Do you
but
not know what Saturn looks like?
No.
No, that's not what he's Googling.
so but nevertheless, so Keyframe, what would you say?
Are you asking me because I'm the one with actual astronomy knowledge?
Yes.
I have astronomy knowledge. I took astronomy in college.
Okay, fair. I was going to be an astronomer before I decided, hey, I want to do art instead. Okay. Well, I mean, the moon is the one that you know has a solid orbit around the Earth. So you know that it has a stable relationship. So that one's probably the best for marrying. How do you fuck a gas giant? Like, I'm just saying, their gravitational pull, as soon as you go in, if you don't suffocate from the sulfuric gas that comprises most of these systems, you're going to die from the gravity. Just saying. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to marry Uranus because it's been theorized by scientists that because of the chemical composition of Uranus, its core may actually be made out of diamonds.
Oh. So marrying Uranus for worldly possessions. What was it? Fucking the moon?
I'm not gonna. Well, it was originally going to be marrying the moon.
Yeah, but
But-
you're not doing this anymore. You're going to fuck the moon then?
No. I still have
Okay,
Saturn
okay.
to pick. Saturn, is named after one of the Roman gods. Very powerful, second largest planet, has the most moons. has some wonderful rings. So, I mean, out of all the planets, it does look the most fuckable. It has, who can deny that golden sheen? I don't, plus, Sailor Saturn was my favorite scout in Sailor Moon and can kill the entire world with just one swing of her staff. So, and I wouldn't mind marrying Sailor Uranus, just saying. But, the moon. I am not associating this with fucking Serena from Sailor Moon because I think she's kind of annoying. So, I guess I have to kill the moon and destroy it and ruin all the Earth's tides.
You're going all Dragon Ball on it. I see.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying I'll probably just blow up the moon and the Earth's tides will be completely fucked over and everyone will probably die because part of the moon's rotation does affect the Earth's axis in some way. And even if none of that happens, the remnants of the giant planetoid that is the moon would probably come down and make direct trajectories towards Earth and possibly destroy us all. So, sorry guys, I'm killing the moon because I'm killing the moon because I want to fuck Saturn and marry Uranus for its diamonds. I'm perfectly fine out here in space. Y'all are fucked.
I see.
So at the end of the day, we're all fucking.
Yeah. Well, okay, let me see. So
I knew it was the Sailor Scouts. Pick the actual planets, man. Come on, that's the better challenge.
But my argument was that I would probably fuck Uranus because she is gay, so I would have a hard time marrying her. Then marry Saturn, I guess. And I would also kill. Wait, is this the same you did?
Yes, I marry Uranus, fuck Saturn, and kill the moon.
Damn it! No.
We have similar
fucking,
tastes.
No. I'm fucking Uranus. I'm marrying Saturn, and I'm also still killing the moon.
Okay, so so we share the same killing of moon.
That's apparently. What's your take on all of this?
Well, I'm gonna say I'd fuck Saturn because it seems like it's the gas is always moving around and stuff, and it's always stormy and it lasts a long time. Those storms, you see. And I'm not gonna put a ring on it because it's already got a ring on it. So I don't want to get into that.
Funny one. Ha 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 ha. But doesn't Uranus also have a ring on it?
Yeah, that's true, but it's not as well known for it. But I would marry the moon because it's always around. It's very loyal. You can always count on it being there. And you see, according to science, its rotation is actually slowly stopping. So eventually it will, the same side, the same side will always be facing the Earth, no matter what time of day it is. All the time, we'll always see the same side.
Yeah, but just imagine how clingy it will be. It will always be around.
I mean, yeah, but it only has eyes for you. It's not going to, run around and cheat on you or anything.
You mean like Saturn?
It's never going to give you up. It's never going to let you down.
So why do you want to kill Uranus?
I'm not into that stuff, so we'll just kill Uranus.
That's not how you pronounce the damn planet, man.
I know.
Come on.
That's my answer.
5.
Oh, and also for you, I just want to remind you, they're all middle schoolers.
Not in my aged up headcanon.
All characters on this blog are 18 plus.
Exactly. Oh, this reminds me. I mean, we are still good in time, and we already ran out of questions, didn't we?
Yep.
So,
that's an awkward situation.
But here's the thing that happened earlier, talking about inappropriately sexualized teenagers. So. This maybe I should continue quickly because this came out very wrong.
Just come on, get on.
So we were thinking we made our own ramen. We had some sake. So
you're watching anime.
Exactly. And what is more anime to watch to self-cooked food Then,
Food Wars.
yes, and oh god, I haven't seen it before. Oof, oof.
You didn't know just how strong the effect was that they.
I heard about it, but it's still something else to get it described as. Oh yeah, their clothes fly off, versus
Dude.
seeing fountains of food in regions where it doesn't belong. And my initial reaction
And there were
was like,
tentacles too.
my, oh yeah, oh,
And
So-
he's 15.
And my initial reaction to this was like, holy shit, I have seen hentai that are not as drastic. Ooh, with less drastic imagery.
Dude.
Yes.
Dude. That's just
Anime!
That's just awkward.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward
It's the awkward.
Random guests and funny gags on the awkward
It's the awkward.
Artwork and analysis which you do not want to